Hey guys, this is Jason from Outplayed bringing you a hero spotlight on Leshrac. Okay, Leshrac is a int hero and he's kinda harder to play. You know, I wouldn't recommend him to a new player, I suppose, because he's really situational. Put it that way, I guess. I'll go over everything a little bit, and you'll kind of see why he's a bit harder to play. I'll start with his role, I guess. He's a pusher slash semi carry. Um, really, he's more so a pusher than anything, but you'll get some kills on him. He can also be a ganker because he has a stun. Uh, he's pros, one of the best farmers in the game, and that's due to his W and his ultimate. He has a high int gain. His mana pool scales quite well, but you're gonna need it. Um, he's a good ganker, like I said, because he has that stun on his Q, and he's not a strong pusher. I'd probably consider him one of the best pushers, and the only reason why I'd consider him a really good pusher is because he has the best tower siege skill in the whole game. That would be his W, Diabolic Edict. I'll show you it in action later. Holy God, it is crazy. So, I guess I should probably go over his skills. Split Earth is his Q. This is why he's not so noob friendly, and it's because Split Earth is... It has a delay, right? So I'll show you it in action a little bit in a bit, so I'll just go over it first though. The stun delay is 0.35 of a second. The radius goes up respectively, stun duration is 2 seconds, and the damage goes up respectively. So does the mana, cooldown 9 seconds across the board. Diabolic Edict is his W. It basically makes an area around you of 500 take damage for 8 seconds. The damage goes 12, 25, 37, 50. Now, here's the thing. Less things around you, you do more damage to one thing. More things around you, the damage is spread. This what makes it a really good tower pushing skill. If you have everything dead and there's only a tower, you're pulling the whole effect. Now, I don't know I haven't done the math on it anyway, but this is really strong. Really strong. Like, I'll show you it in action now in a bit, and it's crazy. His E is Lightning Storm. It's basically what it sounds like. It jumps nearby to different people, right? So you use it, does 80 damage, and then jumps around. And at level 1, it jumps to 4 things. Level 2 does more damage. Level 3, more damage. Level 4, more damage. And it also jumps more things each level. You can see that right there. 5.5 cooldown the whole time. Mana cost goes up. His ultimate is Pulse Nova. It's kind of the same as his W, Diabolic Edict, but it works like waves around you that damages anyone around you. So, basically, the damage there is 66, 100, or 144. That's per second in a radius of 400 around you. Activating it takes 110 mana every second at level 1, 20 mana at level 2, 40 mana at level 3, 60 mana. So a second. He needs a huge mana pool. And I actually consider getting mana regen a bigger thing on Leshrac than a big mana pool. That's only because you're going to be draining so much mana at a time that you're going to need to regen it. And you can toggle it on or off. It's his ultimate, right? It has a 1 second cooldown. Okay, so I'll go over his skill build. I'll have it up on the right hand side over here so you guys can see it. I start with Q and then just go. I'll level myself up. Actually, no, I won't, because I'm going to have to show you the skills. Anyway, I go Q, W, W, Q, W, Q, W, Q, E, 2 into ulti, 3 into E, stat, ulti, and then stats for the rest. Now, again, I'll have that up on the side if you guys didn't catch it, because I know that can be a bit jumbled. The reason I don't get his ulti right up until much later on is only because you don't have the mana even to sustain it. Turning it on is like not even an option. So you just have to deal with that, and there's really nothing you can do about it. I personally don't think you should get it till later, and it's because you'll go out of mana that quick, it won't be funny. So I'll start by zooming out and showing you his Q, and this is what makes him a bit hard to use. So let's say Pugna's running Oh, I'll do the skill first. So here's the skill. Use it, and then there's the actual initial hit, right? On WTF. Okay, no. Let's take Archraker because he's a bit slower. Let's take him.
So
Don't hit him. Alright, so Archraker's gonna run this way, and I'm like, no. Boom! But unless you get that time, you see how much ahead I had to put it to even get him? That's what makes him really hard to hit. Right? That's why he's not so noob friendly. And now level up his other skill. Let me see. Level up 25. So let's put up Diabolic Edict. And then get off my level up. So let's just use Ricky as an example. Watch what happens when there's only... Actually, I'll use everybody as an example first, so you can see the disperse. The disperse is quite large. If you're in a group of all these people, right, and you use it, the damage is not really anything, right? It just kind of jumps around. It does do damage, but it's nothing fantastic. Now, if you take Pugno over here all alone, and you're ganking him, and you stun him with your thing, and then you use this. See the difference? It's a lot of damage now, guys. So let me, Alright. And last but not least is his, well, last, not including his ulti, is his Lightning Storm. Because this jumps around, like I said. There it is. It's not so great. That's probably his least awesome skill, but it is very good for farming, as you can probably see. Let's put up his ulti. His ulti, his pulses around him. It does the same amount of damage, no matter who's around him. Toggles on and off. That's the one you're going to want to be using in team fights. Okay. Now, let's go over... Got over his skills, so let's go over his items. Let's open up the shop. I don't have a build for him saved, so I'll just go over it. You can mid with him. I often lane with him instead, though. I'm not comfortable midding with him. If I do mid with him, I go heavy stats, which usually includes like some gauntlets or, you know, something like that. Maybe like mantle, like 2 dollars mantle and some branches, stuff like that. I go heavy stats, and then quickly, second I get 600, I buy a bottle for rune control. But like I said, I don't mid very often, so my start, if I'm in a lane, would be Tango, the HP Slav, and then I'd go 2 on MP pots, and instead of getting these 2 recommended strength gauntlets, I usually run for 2 mantles instead. Oh, where's the 2? There it is. 2 mantles. And then early I'll heave on some boots. I don't know how to get a magic wand on them. It's pretty up to everybody else if you want to get it. It's usually an always good item, really. But I find that my mana pool grows so quick, and that I'm opting for mana items so often that I don't really need it. I also try to build arcane boots as fast as possible after I get some talismans. So I usually get boots, and then I run into, it's not on this page, run into the null talismans. I get 2 of those. Sometimes I'll get 1 and then opt for getting arcane boots, but sometimes I get 2 and then opt for arcane boots. It really depends how aggressive I'm playing. After my arcane boots, I usually run for a bloodstone. Now, the bloodstone's a fantastic item on them because it gives, if you read it, I'm not going to really read it out, but the mana regeneration it gives, and if you die, you don't lose as much gold, and you also heal people in team fights. You don't have a lot of HP, so if you get targeted, you'll die. At least if you die, you're doing your team a bit of a favor by healing them when you go. Right? And the extra mana and the 200% mana regeneration is huge. The first thing you want to build is the Perseverance right here for the 125% over the 100%, because your mana regen will, like I say, I opt for mana regen over mana on them. After the Bloodstone, I usually grab a Scepter. Now, depending, if I'm getting nuked hardcore and there's really nothing I can do about it, grab a BKB, because the immunity, or at least get some, like, grab a Hood of Defiance or something like that, right, for spell resistance. But if I'm getting, like, owned hardcore, I usually opt to get the BKB. and it'll give you a bit more survivability with your strength there. But the real reason you're getting is for the mana immunity, or the spell immunity that it offers, the magic immunity. It's really good when you drop it, because your skills are all based, like, especially like Pulse Nova, if you're in a team fight, your skills are based around being in the fight, right? So you can stun maybe the guy who's going to hurt you the hardest, but when you get in there, what are you going to do? You got to activate Pulse Nova and stay alive as long as you can. It's pretty much what you do in a team fight. Drop some Lightning Storm if you want. Activate Diabolic Edict if you see someone alone and you're trying to take them down. So that's pretty much what you want to do. I do get a Scepter on him just because it increases the damage per second on his Pulse Nova. Now, I'll show you why he's so awesome at taking towers here now. Let me just level it up. Diabolic Edict.
Chaos.
So, let's just say
To the fight.
I'm in my lane doing my thing, right? And a team fight breaks out. It's good to be in team fights, but if you're not, you should be pushing towers. Watch this. That tower, look at the HP on it. Right? Now look at that. Look at that. You can virtually take towers in seconds.
The enemy's bottom
Best tower pushing
has
skill
fallen.
in the game.
Despair.
For sure. Your Chain Lightning. Show you how that works. Great for getting the farm. He does have a very smooth animation on his last hits, so he's pretty decent for that. Let's just level everything up.
Yes.
Because I'm kind of a cruel guy, I'm gonna kill everybody that I spawned down here.
Yes.
I'll go over some leveling in a tips on a second when I just kill all
Cruelly
these people.
so.
So I'd opt for doing this, then this, and then boom, boom, boom.
Returns from whence it came.
'Cause it's funny. that don't have that happen. You probably won't have that happen, but you know, leveling, basically lane and farm, gank. If you're good with your split earth, there is that
Yes.
massive delay on it. There's a cooldown on it too, but yeah, I'm on with WTF mode. But you gotta be good with it to gank. If you're not good with it, then don't even bother. Just stay in your lane. Be in team fights. If you're not in team fights, then you should be pushing towers and taking them, pretty much, giving yourself a little bit of a gold advantage, alright, for your team. I'll give you some tips. Don't play if they have a silencer or an anti-mage. Silencer is going to pretty much stop you from using the skills you need to be using.
Very well.
Now, you can technically counter a lot of silences in the game with a BKB, which is good. If anti-mage is playing, definitely don't play, because anti-mage, you have a large mana pool, right? I only have items right now, and that's my mana pool of 25. If I had items, my mana pool would be a lot higher. Anti-mage will kill you, highly destroy you. Don't play him if anti-mage is in the game. And don't feed. He's hard to play. You have low HP. You have to be smart with him.
So be it.
Don't feed, okay? If you're not comfortable with him after playing a few bot games, then maybe you shouldn't be playing
To the
him.
fight.
So that's pretty much the whole guide on him. The whole spotlight.
Indeed.
So guys, if you want to see me do someone else in a hero spotlight, just leave a comment, and make sure to like and subscribe, and you can follow me on Twitter. Make sure to visit the Outplayed channel as well, so you can see what everyone else is up to. So until next time, guys.